So this is the On Odyssey, which is a new released glass pad. It's a glass pad designed for both balance speed and control, so it's keeping that fast glass feeling at the same time. If you guys are looking for pads like the SP004 and the GLASSWRKS Polarity, this one actually feels very different, but it is very good for, you know, if you're looking for those micro adjustments while keeping that speed. So the presentation is honestly really nice. Inside the box, you get the Odyssey itself. You get a microfiber cloth, which looks like this. You get a little bit of stickers, a collectible coin, and even a pack of X-ray skates and some extra skates. It feels more like opening an enthusiast product than just a mousepad, which is kind of nice because you get all these things at the same time. Especially that you get these skates right here that is gonna last you for quite a while. So the first thing I noticed is how thin and premium this glass pad feels. The rounded edges right here is very comfortable, so if you're like annoyed by the very harsh sides of a glass pad, this is fairly updated. So it has full silicone base as well underneath, and it keeps it very locked in place. I also want to mention that the Odyssey uses a micro-etched tempered glass surface with a balanced glide feel, leaning more towards the speed side. So the size as well is 490 by 420 millimeters, and it's around 2 to 3 millimeters thick. So the thing with the Odyssey that actually makes it different compared to other glass pads is a lot about the texture. It's not completely smooth, but it has like a different surface, and it's faster than most glass pads. You actually get like very tactile feedback while moving the mouse, so it starts very like fast, but it stops quite fairly good. It almost feels a mix between a smooth glass pad and the texture cloth experience almost. Another thing is that the initial movement is still very fast, but the texture adds a bit more feedback and control during the movement. And since most people nowadays use something like a wall hack glass pad, which is very mainstream today, compare that to this Odyssey, it feels a lot more textured and slightly more control. Like, I don't know how to say it, but like a little bit floaty overall. And also when I have been playing on the Polarity, the Odyssey feels slightly slower and a bit more tactile, so the Polarity can probably feel a little bit cleaner and smoother. So for representation for you guys, the Odyssey feels very nice. It sits in between speed and control, which makes it very balanced. What I noticed when actually playing, as you guys see right here, the texture helps a lot with stability, I would say. It doesn't have a harsh feeling either, which is really nice. I remember when I got the Konami Yuna, that was like 2 years ago, that pad had a very strange texture. It was a bit too balanced for me. It was not really something that I enjoyed, and it was really nice like artwork wise, but it just wasn't for me. And you can really know that like within 2 years in the glass pad industry, it has really evolved to this really refined texture within the balance. So when I actually played, it feels very fast, but it wasn't really uncontrollable, if I say. If you guys are looking to buy this On Odyssey, if you already love extremely smooth like speed focused glass pads, this probably feels slightly too textured for you. But if you want a balanced feel between speed and control, this could make sense for you. What I like most about the Odyssey is that it actually feels very unique. I like the artwork, and it has a lot of glass pads today that feels very similar, but the texture here gives it a completely different experience, I would say. Especially when you're looking for that balance in a glass pad, which is very unusual since most of the glass pads today don't really fit in my category of the both balance and speed. So for me, this is one of the most interesting glass pads that I've used recently. Obviously the Polarity was also very interesting, but it was just kind of expected that it was gonna be very smooth and non-textured. This pad comes in 2 varieties in 2 different colors. So you can either get a black one or this purple one, which is really nice. I prefer the purple one, and they're both the same variant, so it won't really change the actual feel of the pad. I also want to give a thanks to Lock-On for sending me this review unit out so I could test this and show you guys and give my thoughts on it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, comment something if you're interested, and I'll answer any of your guys' questions, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.